Many tried to claim the sky for themselves, but the sky belongs to no man's. That was something that was put out there by Mariko over on Jason and Jason Plays stream on Friday, and wanted to make sure we did it right for him. So good to have you all here. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today is the Friday the 15th.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
That's going to pop in once in a while. Today is the 15th of August. We're doing the Anomaly Mission for the weekend, and it's August 15th through 17th of 2025. Thank you very much for joining me. We're doing this with the camera on, so you'll be able to see me this time around, but I wanted to make sure I did that right by Mariko. That's M-U-R-I-K-O. I want to thank you very much for being over on Jason's stream, and thank you very much for providing us this wonderful content that we're able to produce for you. So we're going to go ahead and get things started here. Behind me is the one of the statue gardens that you guys were asking about. You wanted to know how it showed up on the old. I can get this to work today. There we go. On the old thing, comes up as a stone effigy. You'll see that the symbol at the top indicates that that's what this is, and you'll see it here. They have a memory stone out in front of them, but the actual effigy itself comes up as a stone effigy. So everything's going off right now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the Anomaly Mission and get ourselves going. Some of you asked that question about that effigy. I wanted to make sure we had that in there as well. Alright, so let's take off and get started on the Anomaly Mission. I hope you all are having a great weekend, and we're hoping to hopefully see an emoji drop this weekend. Wouldn't that be kind of nice? I gotta get away from that. Why do these asteroid fields pop up when you least want them? They seem to be happening more often though. But anyway. Of course I'm going to run into them. So the emoji we're hoping going to drop over the weekend, and then we're going to start to see the sales kick in for NoMansSky next week. Really got our fingers crossed. I really thought it was going to happen last week, but it didn't happen. Don't know why. I don't know what the delay is. I know that some folks have put out some videos. I think Professor Sentinels, one of them, put out a video regarding why they think things are getting delayed right now. That maybe there's some other bugs they're trying to work on, having some problems with it. We don't know, but the longer they delay like that, and the more things they're trying to work out, makes us wonder how big this update's going to be. So I guess we're going to find out sometime this weekend. At least we hope so. All right, so here's the Nexus inside the Anomaly, and the mission for the weekend is to rescue a stranded life form. Usually the stranded life form is very that's the word I'm looking for, unappreciative of us rescuing them. But anyway, 1,800 Quicksilver and 12 life support gels is what I'm going to get out of this, plus 333 nanites. So we're going to go ahead and initialize the mission and get started. So let's get this going for us today. So again, I hope you all are having a great weekend. I hope the weather isn't too terrible where you're at, too cold, too hot, depending upon which hemisphere you're in, and what the weather's like where you're at. So I will not be streaming this weekend. I know some people do ask me if I stream on Saturdays. I do that on occasion, not very often anymore. Next weekend, if the expedition comes out, next weekend I probably will for the drops. So I'll be dual streaming between Twitch and NoMansSky and YouTube at the same time. All right, here we go. So we're in the system. We just got to wait for it to tell us where to go. Looks like that's where our stranded life form is, right ahead of us. Planetary anomaly. Interesting. So we got activated emerald, ammonia, and cobalt. So the anomaly planet is going to have some bad storms if you have activated emerald on it. So keep that in mind. Doesn't say anything about the Sentinels, so I don't think we have to worry about them. This was discovered by Duncan the Determined. Well, good for you, Duncan, being the first one to the planet. Now, normally the first people to the planets are usually folks that are part of NoMansSky, part of Hello Games, that is. So, very interesting. You see a lot of bases on the planet, too. Alright, coming in, stranded life form. Now, it's an approximate location, so we're going to have to search for them. Can't see anything. It's like pea soup right now. Storm going on. Ah, here we go. Pull back just a little bit. Alright, so we are in an approximate location. Best thing to do is to check your radar. Now, we're talking about the radar at the bottom of the screen here, next to my Squiddy guy on the Squiddy bobblehead over there. Look for a little square dot to appear as you circle around. Now, you could do it another way. Like if I pull up this at the bottom, you see target 400, 300, 200. We're pulling up the target data. We're actually heading in that direction. Whoop. Okay, looks like we passed it. Let's go this way. Oh, is that it right there? There it is. You see the square dot just appeared? And if I pull that up again, you see? The number should drop and we should be landing just about right on top of them. Yep. Yep, it's right in front of me. Okay, let's go ahead and... Landing area not clear. Well, I don't know. I can't actually see the landing spot, so it looks like we passed him up. Should be right in front of me. Wow. I think I'm pointed at the ground. Let me go straight, go down a little bit further. We are upside down, it looks like. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and try to land. It still tells me the landing area is not clear. There we go, finally. One more time. We have drifted a little bit further away than we want to be. But with the weather the way it is, like this is terrible. Okay, hold on. Alright, target is 275. That way. Okay. We can watch the bottom left corner. Now, the temperature on this planet is 330 degrees. I don't know how it could be possibly raining right now. Because the rain should be just evaporating. Oh, I see why we couldn't get to it. Alright, it's because of the terrain itself is terrible. There he is, he's right there. Alright, what we're going to do is pull our ship in over. Well, we don't really have to pull the ship in, now that we found him. Yeah, nice little Explorer-class ship, though. Symmetrical, my favorite type. Now, usually when you find these guys, you'll find that they're always a traveler when you first get to them. Okay, so this traveler here we're going to talk to real quick, but he'll change next time we come through. So that's going to be interesting. The traveler flinches. They stare at me oddly, as though they can see right through me. Looking defeated, whatever his name is, reveals their ship's burnt-out user authenticator. This part is far beyond repair, but it could potentially be replaced. Okay. So the way these particular ones work, fortunately we don't have to worry about the Sentinels here. As you see, Sentinels are limited, so we don't have to worry about them attacking us. The animals don't seem to be attacking us at the moment. But what it's going to do is, once the... See, it says search buried technologies right now. Once we get back in here, it's going to tell us where the closest one is. And there should be one right in front of me, probably. I might be standing right on it. There it is, right in front of me, right there. All right. So when you find the buried technologies, we're going to go ahead and dig it out. And when we pick it up, it'll tell us whether it's a good unit or not. Okay, so it's a encrypted user authenticator, right? And then what we have to do is go into our inventory, select it. And this one happens to be a good one. That's why it's looking for... Ah, you see corrupted signature. All right, component signature corrupted, terminal not located. So it's not locating us a decryption terminal. So that means I have to find another one. So we're going to take a look now, and it finds us the next one, which is right there, just 90 units away. So this might happen to you. You might get it on the first shot. You may have to find a few of these in order to dig them up. This time I don't even have to dig it up. It's close enough. Go back in. Do it again. And if it works, there you go. Decryption terminal located. And now we can go to that terminal and undecrypt or fix this user authenticator unit, if you will. So first thing we need to do is bring my ship in. So let me just pull it in. There we go. I love this ship. It's a cool ship. Alright. Keeping in mind that as we do this, there's a good chance we could be attacked by Sentinels. Now, either we'll be attacked by Sentinels in the air, or we'll be attacked by them on the ground when we get there. Either way, let's go ahead and head over there. Looks like the terminal is like right in front of me. There it is. Good. They're usually the closest one to you, so you don't usually have to fly around the planet. Now you notice there's nothing there yet, but give it a moment. And you see that they just showed up. Alright, so we got 3 of these Sentinel guys hanging around. They're corrupted. Notice they're not attacking me, but we do have to defeat the drones like it says there. So I'm going to switch over to my neutron cannon. That seems to be the most damaging unit I've got. In case you're wondering, my neutron cannon is... I got 4 supercharged slots in a spot right here. So my neutron cannon is doing about 144,000 damage at the moment. So, 3 shots each. But for some reason, they don't aggro to me after this. Don't know why. So that's a good thing for us, right? Alright, looks like all the drones are defeated. Now we can just go to the terminal and take care of it, take care of business, I guess. All right, terminal status active. Please present compatible device. We decrypt it. User authenticator detected, pairing. And key downloaded, syncing, device decrypted. And we're done. So now we just got to head back to that pilot. So, you know, as you know, he was, like I said, a traveler, kind of fading in and out of our existence. So when we get back there, it ought to be very interesting what we see. But normally what ends up happening is the pilot turns out to be someone else, depending upon the system especially. So it's either going to be Gek, Vy'keen, or Corvox is what we're going to end up with here. Oh, look at that. We have a, is that, I thought it was a terminal for a second. No, it's not. Okay, I thought it was one of the Sentinel Hive locations, but it isn't. Okay, let's get back over to this guy right here. There he is. And we'll see how he's changed. It's behind the craft. Let's see who we got. Looks walking through the craft. Turns out it's now a Corvox. Look at that. The Corvox visor remains willfully static. If they welcome my arrival, they do not display it. However, they seem to calculate that, given their predicament, I'm their best chance. So we're going to give them the part, and this is all we're going to get from them. Watch this. He takes it and just disappears. And then attempts to take off. He's like pulling at the ground, and he's gone. He literally just vanished. That's it. Ungrateful. That's what I call them. Most we can get out of this, we can pick up a couple items from over here if we wish, but that's about it. And we got some nanites. Alright, we can pick up some other stuff, but I'm not going to bother with that. Alright, so let's go ahead and head back to the anomaly, and we'll pick up our reward. And of course, we'll talk a little bit about what's to come. So again, hopefully a big update next week. Hopefully an emoji from Sean Murray. If you want to know what the emoji is all about, you want to be logged in on Twitter, or X as it's called. You want to look up Sean Murray, SEAN, MURRAY, for NoMansSky. And he will usually give us an emoji, which is a hint at what the update's going to be. And depending upon how things fly after that, he might do 3 emojis. He may do emojis in the shape of a cowboy, which means a Gib update. There's a lot of other things. And, well, that indicates an expedition, so we're probably going to see an expedition this time around, etc., etc., etc. But we can talk about all that later. Now, remember, when you go back in on the Nexus here, when you're done with your mission, you have the choice to return to your home system or stay in the mission system. I'm going to return to my home system because I'm doing work over there, but now I'm going to go ahead and complete my mission. Mission complete. The icon is gone. We are all done. I got my rewards. So let's check out the Quicksilver vendor. And we're going to look at the first one on there. Remember, we were at, like, before I select it, we were at about 60 or 70% on just the first tier. Let's see how far it's gotten since then. Alright, looks like we're at 60% on the second tier. Okay, so we've really progressed a long way, but does this mean it's going to accelerate while we clear out tier 3? I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and get my rubber plant rock. There we go. And we're waiting on the twisted jungle tree, and then finally the mangrove roots. These are just decorations for your base, so that's all these are, but I usually try to collect them as I can. So, since I have a little bit of Quicksilver sitting up here. Alright, good deal. So that's what we have in here today. And let's double check over here, the terminal. Remember, I've already gone through the expedition on here. Has it cleared out the old one? No, the old one is still in here. I mean, I can't do it, of course. The expedition's over. New journey will begin soon. But they haven't cleared or reset that out. So we'll see what happens over the weekend into next week. I really hope we don't have to go an extra week before the next expedition, but there's that possibility. So we'll see what happens. I'm 99.67% sure that we don't have to wait. So we'll see how this goes, guys. All right. Well, thank you all for watching, and we're going to go ahead and end our episode here. And I guess we will see you guys next week. I will usually be streaming on Wednesday nights exclusively. About 6 p.m. Eastern time is usually about the time I start with. Don't forget to at least jump in and out of your ship, by the way, when you're done, so you get a restore point. Okay, guys? And that should take care of it. and we will see you guys next time, probably Wednesday, like I said. And if things work out, we do get our emoji and we do get the update, the expedition, you'll probably see me again on Friday and Saturday. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you next time.